Hey everyone, I'm Sison, and today we're taking a look at the Sony DSC-RX10. When Sony first launched the RX100, it was met with a lot of fanfare and set a benchmark for other manufacturers to catch up. Fast forward 2 years later, and Sony has expanded its series lineup with the RX100 Mark II, the full-frame compacts with the RX1 and the RX1R, and now has introduced the RX10. It's not as compact as the other cameras in its lineup, but it still packs that famous 1-inch sensor that's found in the RX100 Mark II to make this a very unique bridge camera. So stay tuned as I take a look at its build, handling, features, image and video quality, and of course, my personal thoughts on it. The camera has a solid magnesium alloy build wrapped around a high quality plastic shell with a rubber grip and rubber thumb rest. If we take a look at the front of the camera, the Zeiss Lens is clearly showing, which accepts 62mm filter threads, and a AF illuminator to help the camera focus in low light conditions. There is also a switch to switch between autofocus, continuous autofocus, manual focus, and direct manual focus. On the side where the grip is located, we can see the NFC logo for one-touch pairing and a card slot which accepts SD or Sony's memory sticks. If we take a look at the covers underneath, there is a mic input, headphone jack, a multi-cable port, and a mini HDMI port. Now on the top of the camera, we have a mode dial, left and right microphones, a multi-interface hot shoe to attach different accessories, a button to manually pop up the flash, a top LCD screen which shows all your vital bits of information, a button to turn on the light in dark situations, a exposure compensation dial, custom button, a rocker switch to zoom in and out, and the on and off switch, which is also shared with the shutter button. Now the camera weighs approximately 813 grams, which isn't exactly light, and most of the weight is distributed to the front because of the high quality lens. It is, however, easy to grip and can accommodate medium-sized hands, and is recessed just enough to give you a firm hold. The LCD screen has one of the highest resolution displays on the market at the moment, with the ability to tilt up and down for different angled shooting. It shows a lot of detail and has a sunny day mode to reduce any difficulty when looking at the LCD in bright conditions. If it's still too hard to see, this is where the Viewfinder comes in handy. The electronic Viewfinder has a 1.4 million dot OLED display, which isn't the highest resolution, but it's still adequate, giving you an accurate representation of the image you're going to get when you click that shutter button. As we take a look at the interface of the camera, there are a number of controls to help you get the shot that you want. And if you don't understand a particular function, you can always press the bin button to give you a quick explanation. In addition to that, you can assign 7 custom key settings to your camera for functions that you change often, such as ISO, picture effects, white balance, and more. One of this camera's main features is its Zeiss Lens, which ranges from a wide-angle 24mm to 200mm zoomed all the way in, which is great for shooting subjects that are at a distance with stabilization to compensate for any shake in your footage and photos. What's even better is that it's great for low-light photography, as it has a constant f2.8 aperture. So this is just a quick video just to show you the zoom capabilities of this camera. So that's all the way in at 200 mils, so that's optical zoom, and now we're going to go to clear image zoom. So you can see it's still a bit clear, and it's actually not too bad. Something that I think people will appreciate about this camera is that it has an aperture ring on the lens, where you also have the option to have a clicking sound for when you change it, or you can turn it off for a silent smooth transition, which is also useful for video purposes. With a high quality lens, this camera needs to be built to stand tough conditions, and with its magnesium alloy body, The camera has weather seals to prevent any dust and moisture damage, so it can shoot comfortably in nearly any environment. Just be sure to have all the ports closed and the multi-interface shoe covered. NFC allows for one-touch pairing to an NFC mobile or tablet device to transfer images or to control your camera. You also have sweep panorama for capturing vast landscapes and scenes, and picture effects such as watercolor, miniature, black and white, partial color, and a whole lot more. It took me about 3 seconds from powering up to taking a photo, which in that amount of time I would have probably missed a shot that I wanted, and turning it off is about 2 seconds. Autofocus speed is reasonably quick as it features SSM, otherwise known as a supersonic motor for quick and quiet autofocus. This feature is also seen in Sony's high-end A-mount lenses, and it can shoot up to 10 frames per second. Now, I took this camera on a recent trip with me to Thailand, and I don't regret bringing it. I was able to get great shots where I couldn't get the same reach as my A7 kit lens, but not sacrifice too much on image quality. Compared to a normal bridge or super zoom camera, I was able to get superior image quality with good contrast, smooth out focus blur, and a whole lot of detail. In low light conditions, this didn't change drastically unless I was shooting above ISO 6400, where noise begins to creep in and sharpness drops. I did find a bit of barrel distortion, however in real world situations this shouldn't be a huge problem. I love the video quality that comes out of this camera. Apart from the slower autofocus compared to the A99, the footage just seemed a bit more appealing, and combining that with a 24-200mm lens with a constant f2.8 aperture and stabilization, it seemed like a perfect match in a small size body. To give you more of an idea of the video quality, here's just a small snippet of some footage from the camera. You can also check out more footage by clicking the link in the description below or the box in the video in your left hand corner.
The RX10 is a very unique camera, offering a 1-inch type sensor with a Carl Zeiss 24-200mm f2.8 lens, which basically means you're getting a camera with amazing low light capabilities paired with a high quality lens. If you have a DSLR and want the same type of range with the f2.8 aperture of the RX10, you're probably going to have to buy 2 lenses, and it's going to be a lot more expensive and heavy to carry around. So when you put that into perspective, it's not a huge price to pay for when, especially with the amount of features that it has to offer. It may not have DSLR type quality, but it's certainly close to it, and image quality is a lot better than the other bridge cameras that are on the market at the moment. With the amount of controls, features, and versatility that this camera has to offer, I'd highly recommend it for anyone looking for an all-in-one type of camera without the fuss of having ever to change your lenses. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below, and if you already own one, let me know what you think of it, and remember to like and subscribe to my channel for more Sony camera reviews and tutorials. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram for more photo updates and sample photos. Until then, happy shooting and thanks for watching.